Esther, front page of The Sun. Victoria Beckham, a new Netflix documentary. She shares her pain over David's alleged
Obviously not lighter.
affair.
Alleged affair. Funnily enough, she doesn't actually even mention the affair. She just says it was the alleged affair. She just says it was a very difficult time for her. The press coverage was, completely chaotic. She and David were very not close. They were basically
very not close.
Very not close. They were basically like roommates. And I do find this interesting because we all know what she's referring to, but she doesn't actually spell it out. But you have to think of the success of Brand Beckham to actually face something like this and come back. Because I don't think most people, I mean, if this is the rumors over the alleged affair are true, I don't think most people can come back from this and actually be married and have more kids and make such a success of their family brand as they have. That being said, I certainly wouldn't. I'm not as big a person as her to forgive this.
James, they've had a fame like no other couple, really, globally. Obviously, originally known as a footballer, Victoria very much a Spice Girl. We don't really associate them. Well, I don't associate Victoria certainly with being a Spice Girl anymore. But
she couldn't sing.
She's a fashion designer.
Couldn't sing.
She's a fashion designer.
Can't sing.
A billionaire makeup entrepreneur. They have gone through scandal after scandal. I mean, at one point, they were absolutely slated in the press, but they seem to have stood the test of time. What do you think is so special about Brand Beckham?
Well, they've hung together very, very tightly, and I think probably people quite like that. Also, I mean, I can more speak about people's love for David Beckham because I remember watching on TV that goal from the halfway line against Wimbledon.
Fan?
Yeah, I support Arsenal, but we won't.
You had a bad night then.
We won't talk about that.
Okay, fair enough.
And I mean, he was a hero. He was a whole country's hero, and obviously people really like Posh as well. So they were. Together, they stuck together and they got through it all.
It is interesting what you say, because not only did they come back from that alleged affair, he got sent off in the World Cup final.
I remember that. Was it France 98?
I mean,
1998, yeah, against Argentina.
It's the only bit of football...
I'm impressed.
Jeremy, it's the only bit of football knowledge I know. France 98 against Argentina. And he kicked the guy who was on the floor and he went like that, allegedly. He went like that and kicked...
Diego Simeone, and then he did about 8 rolls. And
I remember watching it and going, oh, he's fit.
and then you opened your mouth.
But it is extraordinary. You're absolutely right. Brand Beckham has become a phenomenon. I mean, apparently you won't get knighted because of that. But I mean, they have become massively, massively successful. There are all sorts of stories that emanate around anybody. But I always bring it back to the fact that, listen, if you think of where he came from, on the basis of a good foot for kicking free kicks and a girl who can't sing and her clothes aren't great, they've done really quite well.
I, for one,
love
Victoria Beckham's clothes.
I know what you're angling at, Thorpe. You want freebies, don't you?
Bring them in.
No.
Bring them in, Vic. Right.
Other brands are available.
They
bar
are.
Victoria Beckham.
Well, thank you so much to James and Esther. They'll be